Now, in Haiti, the cholera epidemic is spreading and a major tropical storm is on the way. John Snow is there. John.
Alex, I'm here in Haiti just 10 months after the shattering earthquake that killed so many back in January. Now comes the looming threat of another natural disaster, that tropical storm, expected to hit this island probably just about 7 o'clock tomorrow night. Some of the 1.3 million people in temporary shelters are being forcibly moved out of their encampments. Kylie Morris reports now on the overview and indeed on the anger of the people.
Here they were meant to be safe, but for Haiti's refugees, anger and panic spilled over today as officials tried to organise them to leave their homes again. At this resettlement camp, the fear was the authorities were trying to move them out permanently. And then there was that other fear, that really there's nowhere else to go. The government talks of more than 1,000 available shelters, a generous term for any building that survived the January earthquake with 4 walls. Aid groups stretched by the recent cholera outbreak are reorganising, sending extra supplies to the areas forecast to bear the brunt of the winds and the rains. Hurricane Tomas has been swirling over the Caribbean around 400 miles southwest of Port-au-Prince for the past few days. It's now projected to reach the southwestern tip of Haiti within the next few hours. If it stays on that path, it won't hit the cholera-affected areas in Haiti's north directly. But that's little solace for refugees at risk in makeshift camps all along the southwestern coast. Tens of thousands making do from Jérémie to Lesquay, Jacmel, Léogane and around Port-au-Prince. The authorities have sent 130,000 text messages urging refugees, so many of whom lost everything in the January earthquake, to protect their important documents from the rain. But it's not only the storm itself the aid community fears. It's the water that's left behind and the possibility it might carry further the deadly spread of cholera.
Any rain can spread the disease. It will be bad for the patients. It will increase the number of patients.
Already, cholera has killed more than 400 people and hospitalised 6,000. No wonder there's panic. Survive an earthquake and risk cholera. Survive cholera and risk the high winds and rains determined to tear away your shelter. Nature, it seems, is not yet done in heaping misery on the people of Haiti.
Kylie Morris reporting. Well, now, some here talk of hurricane, some of tropical storm. It is officially a tropical storm, but whatever it is, it will dump a huge amount of water and there will be tremendous winds. But with cholera present and those 1.3 million people in tented encampments, all the ingredients are in place for yet another massive natural disaster. I've been out to see how well prepared people are for myself. In this one corner of the presidential square, you have it all in one panoramic view. Wreckage, unresolved, piles of it all over Port-au-Prince. And then you move over here, commerce, everything being sold on the streets, old second-hand clothes, and then straight to the lavatories. And immediately you think of cholera, and beyond then you move straight over to these homes in which people have now been living ever since January. This is pretty typical of what you're going to find everywhere throughout these temporary encampments, ever since the beginning of the year. And you see the problem immediately. If there's a hurricane coming, then the threat, first of all, is the wind. The wind will lift these bits of timber. Take a look at this roof here, for example. You've got corrugated iron, absolutely lethal, sharp edges flying around. You've got corrugated iron here, bricks flying about, and then you've got the whole question of water. People are talking about 15 inches of water falling during the course of this storm tomorrow. And the problem, of course, is that cholera, the greatest threat to people's lives here just at this moment, is waterborne.
She says that they don't have any other place to stay. This is where we have to stay because it's the only place we have. And there's no one that gives me anything, just God. I depend on God. No one has come to them about if there's any storm, what they should do or anything like that.
And when it comes, are they going to stay inside?
I'll just have to hold my kids in my hand. He's doing that for the people in the community because they have no money to do it for themselves. So
Tomas
Rival hasn't given us anything. The president hasn't given us anything.
The storm clouds are beginning to gather on the hills above. There's only really a breeze at the moment. But this time tomorrow, almost exactly this time tomorrow, is the moment at which the meteorologists are saying this is going to hit pretty foursquare on Port-au-Prince. Tomorrow is the hurricane. Are you frightened?
Yes, I'm afraid of that.
And what will you do when it comes? You will stay in here or outside?
I have no place to go.
You'll stay here.
Yeah, I will stay here.
And what about your children?
They died. 2 kids that I have died. In the earthquake,
so sorry.
Yeah, they died in the earthquake.
And their father?
Papa? No father.
You are completely alone.
I am by myself.
Well, here we are outside the presidential palace, refugee camp behind us. Well, not refugees, they are refugees from the elements, and those elements are going to strike where you are based. Prosperi Raymond is the Haiti director of Christian Aid. Your area is in the south. That will feel the brunt of this storm first. Are you prepared?
Yes, we are prepared. We have a partner in the south. As I would say that we have a community approach. And all the partners included the state emergency committees, and they are working closely with all international NGOs on the field.
That sounds very good, but there's great unhappiness in the camps. I know you're in the community. Now, when you talk about the community, people are actually still in homes that are standing after the earthquake, or you've homes? What's happened?
We are starting to plan the building homes, but in the area where we are working in the south, we are trying to help the population to get to the safest shelter possible in the area, get the right information on time to be prepared.
Well, our apologies, as you've detected. We've lost John and the team in Haiti. We hope to get them back as soon as we can.